Alright guys, this is Victor and I'm back with another amazing and wonderful tutorial right here on FL Studio. So guys, I'm in a good mood today and I want us to have a special class. So what we are going to talk about today is mastering, and we are going to be going very deep into what mastering is all about, and we are going to be mixing an Afro song together. So guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to also drop your comment concerning this video on what you have learned so far or what you want me to answer to, and I'll answer to it, guys. So let's see what we have. We have a vocal here, we have a mastering file here, and as you can see, it was created and it was mixed by me, and then this is a session of the mastering process which we are going to be doing. So we have our file here, so I'm going to be playing it so you listen to it in the mastering form. Then we are going to be taking away the mastering plugin so we can listen to it without a mastering plugin. So let's get down.
Give me love, make a day aside, make we just dey throw it. Inna the night when you dey my side, you dey make me feel something. Give me love, make I put time for your body, we owe it. Inna the time when you dey my side, I go dey outside. Inna the body, girl, Baraska, dey my body, le, Araska, on my body, girl. Tell me something, you dey do me, girl. Bad something, inna the body, girl. Baraska, on my body, girl. Tell me something, in my body, girl. Araska, oh my girl, Araska. Bitches in my window, them break a test, suck at them. Bitches in my window, them break a test, suck at them. Bitches in my window, them break a test, suck at them. Bitches in my window, them break a test, suck at them. Bitches in my window, them break a test, suck at them. Bitches in my window, them break a test, suck at them. Bitches in my window, them break a test, suck at them. Bitches in my window, them break a test. I say carry and go, carry and move, many things.
So guys, this is the mastering form of this project. So let me just turn off every plugin that concerns the mastering process, and let's listen to it without the mastering process.
Give me love, make a day aside, make we just dey throw it. Inna the night when you dey my side, you dey make me feel something. Give me love, make I put time for your body, we owe it. Inna the time when you dey my side, I go dey outside. Inna the body, girl, Baraska, dey my body, le, Araska, on my body, girl. Tell me something, you dey do me, girl. Bad something, inna the body.
Okay, this is how it sounds without the mastering plugin on it. So first thing I have to do is to go to my vocals, to my mastering file. So I try to highlight, first I like to highlight my first verse of my song.
Give me love, make a day aside, make we just dey throw it. Give me love, make a day.
So this is what I first to do. I first go to my first verse because I want to listen from my first verse. I'm going to be playing through all the whole songs maybe after the mastering process, so that to see if what I'm applying on my first verse works for the hook, works for the chorus, and also work for the intro. So we are going to be doing that, but first of all we are going to be talk about the first verse of the song. So first thing, after listening through my file, the first thing that comes into my mind, the kind of mastering I want to do, is my EQ. And first thing I have to do is to add a Pro EQ tree, and this is where the magic comes all about. So guys, pay very good attention to what I am doing, and it's gonna help you guys a lot. So if you're watching my channel and you're not good in mastering, you're not good in mixing, Ogbeni, now you do yourself, because I offer a lot of stuff in this channel for free. All you have to do is just to subscribe, support my channel, and I come with more of this information. So first of all, what I have to do here was to cut out my side, like cut out the side. So let me just say I'm going to be inputting another EQ. I don't want to destroy that EQ, so let's just have another EQ for a better understanding. So I have another EQ here. So what I have to do was to just double click and then drive it a little bit, right click, I go to stereo placement, and I have to select my side. So once I select my side, I have to like adjust a little bit, taking away some rumbles. Let's listen through and see. As you can see, there was no sound here. So if you start going, you start noticing some sound. So you can see. So if you're watching this tutorial, guys, make sure you are with your headset, because this is when you're going to learn very, very fast and understand what music is all about. So let's start again. So there is nothing in this angle, there is just little sound. If you can listen very carefully, if you are with your monitor headset, you can just use anyhow headphone to listen to this. So for me, I'm listening to something very tiny here, as you can see. So I don't need something, so I just cut off this part. Why I'm doing this, because I want some clarity on my mix, on my mastering. I want it to be very clear. This is the final process, and the music have to come out very, very great. So this is what I am doing. So I did that. So after that, what next did I do in my EQ? As you can see, this is the same cut on the side. So I have to like right click again, and then this one was not on the side anymore, so I have to put this on the mid range. So on the mid range now, I have to like excuse me, sorry. So I have to right click, select mid again, and then try to take away a little stuff from the mid aspect also. As you can see, just something very, very little here again. Let's listen through. So you can see there's no sound, so I don't want to do too much with my mid, so I left it at that range. So that was what I was basically trying to do with this EQ. So we are going to be focusing on this EQ and not the new EQ. So let me get this one off the point. So I'm deleting that one. Let's focus on this. So I did that to remove some stuff also here. You can see there's no sound. So I came to this aspect of the side EQ. So what I did here was a sound here that very annoying, I don't like, so I get it off. So all this I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to give clarity to my mastering, and this is one of the basic things you guys need to know. So you pay attention and see what these things are actually doing. And if you are confused, you can just drop your comment below that you are confused in so aspect, and I'm going to reply you with a text, or you can message me on my WhatsApp. I'll be dropping my WhatsApp number on the description box for you to contact me while we can talk on voice. So let's see what I'm going to do here. You can see I get rid of this, so I get rid of that. So I came to this aspect also. I have to boost something here at the mid range. So I told you how I selected the mid. So you go stereo placement, mid, you select it, then you boost only mid. So what I'm trying to do here is just to boost only the mid range. So let's see. So I boosted that because I like that sound and I feel it's going to be better for my mastering process. So I feel that one is going to be better for my mastering process. So I came to this aspect also, the side, and I told you how to select your side, which I did this side, as you can see. So I select that, and this is how it sounds with the side. So I wanted to bring some present into my mix, so that is the reason why I did that. So I want you to listen to without the EQ and with the EQ. This is without the EQ.
Give me love, make a day aside, make we just dey throw it.
And this is with the EQ.
Give me love, make a day aside, make we just dey throw it.
Without.
In the night when you dey my side, you dey make me feel something.
So you can see that the EQ play a lot of difference in our mix, which I really like, and I really admire what I did with the EQ here. It was very nice and I like it. So the next thing I have to do now is that we have our Yulin loudness, and this is the loudness of our mix, of our mastering.
Give me love, make a day aside, make we.
It's about minus 14.8, as you can see. So I wanted to take my mastering to end at the minus 9 at this point, as I don't know if you can see it very well. So that's where I'm trying to target. That's where you can actually mix your song, the level. You can also mix your song to the loudness of that level that can be able to compete with a new modern kind of sound, and that's what I'm trying to achieve at that moment. So the next thing we are going to add, so for now we are not going to be talking about the Yulin loudness. We talk about that will be our last things we are going to talk about. So I add an NLS bus from from Wave. So what I was trying to do here was to add some kind of mastering feelings to it, which I can just hit on here.
Give me love, make a day aside, make we just dey throw it. In the night when you dey my side, you dey make me feel something. Give me love, make I put time for your body.
So as you can see, sometimes I like to select the spark, make, and this Nevo. Anyone you feel like you want to select, but for me, for this range, I have to select the spark and then drive a little bit. That is the only thing I do. I don't do anything more than that. That is the only thing I touch when it comes to my mastering. So without,
give me love, make a day.
wait it.
Give me love, make a day aside, make we just dey throw it.
So if you have good ears for music and you train your ear so long, you will notice the difference on what I am trying to do at this aspect. So the next thing I'm going to be adding is an SSL compressor, and this is basically, I'm using this to glue my sound together. I'm using it to glue my sound together, which is very necessary. I turn on my analog, and then my threshold, as you can see, this is what I did, and this is what I did in my makeup, my attack, and this is what I did with my release. That is the 4 points I have to touch concerning this mastering process. So let's listen.
Give me love, make a day aside, make we just dey throw it. In the night when you dey my side, you dey make me feel something. Give me love, make I put time for your body, we owe it.
So that was what I did. So the next thing I have to add was a Ptech EQ. I love to use this on my vocals and also on my mastering chain also. So only what I have to do here was just to boost this aspect, a little of it, and let's listen.
Give me love, make a day aside, make we just dey throw.
So to bring some kind of present to it, so I just did a little of it, not much, just something little at this range, and I have to set my frequency to 12, and then that's all I did concerning that.
Give me love, make a day aside, make we just dey throw it.
So you can also copy my setting and apply into your work and see the difference it makes. So that is what I did. So the next thing we are going to talk about again is another EQ. So I added another EQ, and why I added another EQ was because I wanted to take out some stuff here, some harshness at this range. This is how the harshness sound. So the harshness was very hard, so I really don't need that, so I have to take that out using the dynamic range, putting it into dynamic. You can just select it and drag it down and it will become dynamic. That was what I did at that range. So the next thing I'm going to add is the vintage exciter, and let's listen without the vintage exciter.
Give me love, make a day aside, make we just get throw it. In the night when you day my side, you dey make me feel some.
And with the vintage exciter,
Give me love, make a day aside, make we just get throw it.
so you can listen to the calmness and some. I feel that it's gluing it and is bonding those things together, like somehow compressing it or something. I don't know how to talk about that, but it has some kind of analog feelings to it and make it so glued together. So what I did was just to tune here to about 2 dB. That was the only thing I did. You can as well tune yours to whatever level you feel is okay for you, but for me, I feel at the 2 range here I like it best at this point. So let's listen to it.
Give me love, make a day aside, make we just get throw it. In the night when you day my side, you dey make me feel something. Give me love, make a put.
So the next thing I have to add was a vitamin. So what I use this vitamin for is that I have to like I like to put my vitamin in, put my bass in mono. As you can see, my bass phone. Let's listen to it. So this is my bass phone of my mid. This is where the techniques of mastering comes in. This is where I'm trying to like have control over every frequency in my mastering aspect. So I have to silent hit here and listen through. So the process of listening to it, I can now try to tune, to take the volume of this aspect to whatever level I feel is okay. Let's listen through. So I like to put it here, and I like to turn this to stereo, mono, sorry. I like to put it in mono, as you can see. So that is what I did there. So I'm going to turn it off. Now I'm going to remove it from that place. So I'll come to this aspect also, and I'll do the same thing here, and I'll listen through. So I'm just going to touch this a little, as you can see, just something little. So I'll come to this range, do something little here also. About 3 dB here, and I will come to this aspect. I didn't touch anything here, and I didn't touch anything also at this aspect. But as a beginner, you can just play along with this and try to play along with it, because that's what I do sometimes. I try to play along with everything and see how it sounds, because sometimes music is not just all about how I did it or how other producer did it. It's how you can play with it. Whatever you feel is best for the sound, that is what you go for. So that was what I'm trying to achieve. So that is all about with the vitamin. So the next thing we're going to talk about here is the limiter. This is where we come to our final process of our beat, of our mastering process. So I have a limiter here from Wave, and this is my limiter. This is where I have to loud my sound. But first of all, let's listen to it without the limiter.
Give me love, make a day aside, make we just get throw it. In the night when you day my side, you dey make me feel something. Give me love, make a put time for your body, we owe it. In the time when you.
So you can see the level of my song now. So this level of this song is very, very low, and it's not actually going to be able to compete, and it's not actually going to be standing out on maybe when you play it at a party or they play it on the speakers. It's not going to be very loud, and loud song is what we do these days, and that's what people, almost everybody, likes to listen to when a song is loud and when you can raise it the volume up in a loud form. So that is what I want to try to do now. But before I did this, I walk you through all the process of the mastering and the process of all this plugin I've added. We talks about how we can actually get rid of unwanted frequency, and how we can actually boost, and how we can also actually glue them together, boost, remove, and also excite, and also add some kind of stuff to it, so that when we add our limiter to it and we bring up the volume of our mastering, it will not be harsh and it will sound very clean and nice. That was what I was trying to achieve at this process. So at this range now, we are about to boost and we are about to raise the volume of our song to the highest stage of Afrobeat. So let's do that. So as you can see, I'm going to turn this up. Let's see, without the limiter, you can see the volume of my mix at this range. You can see the volume, but with the limiter, let's play.
Give me love, make a day aside, make we just dey throw away. In the night when you dey my side, you dey make me feel something. Give me love, make I put them for.
So with the limiter, you can see the range we are hitting. You can see the point we are hitting, and that's what I want to get. And without the limiter, this is the volume we have.
Give me love, make a day aside, make we just dey throw.
Now what I did here was just to play through and put my Yulin loudness. Yulin loudness is free. You can just download it on any site on the Google. You can just tap Yulin loudness and download it. It's very, very nice, and I think it calculates the accurate loudness of his songs. I like to use this very, very well because I understand it and I love it. So now this is what we are going to do. So I have to touch my threshold from this aspect. When my threshold was on 0, I have to play my song.
Give me love, make a day aside, make.
Then I drag this down to when I'm okay with it.
Give me love, make a day aside, make we just dey throw away. In the night when you dey my side, you dey make me feel something. Give me.
So when it comes to the minus 6.0, you can see that it was hitting at the minus 9, and that is what I want to achieve. So that was what I did concerning my limiter and my Yulin loudness.
Give me love, make a day aside, make we just dey throw away. In the night when you dey my side, you dey make me feel something. Give me love, make I put them for your body, we owe it. In the time when you dey my side, I go dey your side. In the body, girl, Paraska, in my body, Araska, on my body, girl. Tell me something, you dey do me, girl. Bad something, in the body, girl. Paraska, on my body, girl. Tell me something, in my body, girl. Araska, oh my girl, Bitches in my window, them break a test, second them. Bitches in my window, them break a test, second them. Bitches in my window, them break a test, second them. Bitches in my window, them break a test, second them. Bitches in my window, them break a test, second them. Bitches in my window, them break a test, second them. Bitches in my window, them break a test, second them. Bitches in my window, them break a test. As I carry and go, carry and move. Many things for my head, I don't know. Many things I say, I don't know. Bad belly people every day, I don't know. Many things I say.
So guys, that is everything concerning my mastering aspect, and that is everything I do when it comes to my mastering aspect. So as of this point, my song is ready to be exported and ready to be on any streaming site of my choice. So this is how I master my song, and this is how I do concerning my mastering. So guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to this amazing channel for more of this to come.